everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, we got a lot of work to be cracking on with today. I'm going to quickly talk you through what we have in front of us here and basically what we're going to be doing. So I'm actually hoping to get the car kind of like semi-finished today, because this job has been being done for quite a long time. And before I actually show you the parts that's going to be going on the car, I'm going to tell you exactly why it's going on. So, let's get started. Right, so far this is the parts that have been going on the car. We've got another exhaust manifold because the one that's on it is blown. We got brand new steering rock bushes, because well, he was always changing them while we're putting the subframe on. We've got the subframe, we got a brand new up pipe with gaskets, all that good stuff. Got brand new studs on there. Now, the reason we're changing the subframe is because now I only found this out actually after I got the car, a few months after I bought the car. Turns out the previous owner, who's a complete and utter waste of our space. You know who you are, you're a waste of space. Basically, he tried to drift this thing round a roundabout. I mean, what kind of moron does that? And basically what happened was, apparently the car hit the curb on the passenger side, snapped the wishbone in half, sway bar and things like that. So yeah, there was a bit of damage done there and it was bodged, which obviously it had a steel wishbone on that side, which I put an alloy one back on. And basically, even after some adjustment, the wheel's never quite sat right since. So after further investigation, it turns out I reckon the subframe is probably a bit distorted or maybe a bit damaged it. So we're going to put this new subframe on, which is completely straight, and hopefully fix the problem. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, to give you a rough idea of the process what we're going to be going through, we need to support the engine with the support beam. We need to disconnect the wishbone, steering rack, truck rod ends. Then we need to drop the steering rack down. Then I'll see there's 4 bolts holding the subframe on, and then we'll have to lower that down. It's not that heavy. I mean, I can lift it with my hand. It's not heavy, so that won't be a problem. But yeah, I bought this engine support beam off eBay. Good bit of kit. It's rated up to 500 kilograms. It was only about I think it was about 45 quid posted. So we're gonna get that set up over here. We're gonna support it with put the chains around the intake manifold, which I've been told is the best place to put it. So with that being said, let's get the support beam on, get the engine supported, and then we can start off obviously stripping down the suspension bits. So let's get started. Right, sorry if I didn't record much of me putting this on, but basically what you do is obviously I've wrapped around the intake manifold because I was told that's the best place to put it. So now it's secure. I've undone the bolts for the engine mounts. I've obviously turned these things round so it takes the weight off the engine. And now we've got about that much of a gap between the subframe bush, sorry, the engine mount bush and the subframe. So this thing is supporting the engine now. So what we're going to do next is start stripping down these suspension. So we're going to disconnect the truck rod ends, wishbone, steering rack, power steering pipes, all that kind of stuff. So let's get cracking. Right, so this is basically what it's like underneath. We've got the truck rod ends right here. We'll need to, I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to disconnect the wishbones from the body, which is just here. Then obviously this will drop down with this. Also we'll need to disconnect the ball joint as well. We got a wee pinch bolt there, then this just pops out. We've got a steering rack here. So there's like 2 bolts there. There's one there, then obviously one there, and one there. Power steering pipes, I'll still need to actually have a look to see where they come off, because I know they kind of unbolt from here, but I'm not sure if maybe unbolt it from maybe further up and make it a little bit easier. That's basically where we're at. The engine mount bushings and the mounts are right here. There's one there which obviously I've disconnected, and there's a bit of a gap in between there, and the other one is right here. So now that's done, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start on one side and work my way over to the other side. Obviously disconnecting the truck rod ends and the ball joints. So let's get cracking. Right, that's this side nearly fully disconnected. Got the truck rod end disconnected here, which was a pain in the arse to get out, if I'm honest. Where we're at the moment is we've got obviously the steering rack off, all the kind of wishbones, truck rod ends, all that kind of stuff's off. the next job we have to do is obviously drop the subframe, so that'll be the next thing you'll be seeing. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, we're getting somewhere. Sorry if I've just been maybe... Apologise if I've been kind of cutting the videos a bit, kind of like all over the place. I'm doing my absolute best to try and get as much work as I've done today before I have to pick up my girlfriend. Basically, I'm going to do this now. Where we're basically at the moment is, we've got the exhaust manifold off, subframe is down, obviously steering rack off, things like that. Obviously, all doing this right now, I've got the subframe and the old one sitting here, so I'm going to show you the comparison and show you obviously why we need to replace the one that's on the moment. Also, I'll show you we've got the old manifold off as well. Also, I'll compare that to the new one and things like that. So let's get started. Right, here's the old subframe, and here is also the new one that's going to be going on. Now, I'm going to say these are like slightly different. Like here, also you've got this kind of like moldy bit here, and whereas that one's flat. I hope this one fits, but they both came off the same car, if that kind of makes sense. So I'm hoping this one fits. It should. So fingers crossed. But yeah, basically the reason I'm changing this, obviously, because of the accident that this had before. Basically, this mounting here is bent, as you can see here. It's like, you know, as you can see, it's just bent completely. Also, I believe it's damaged around here as well in some way. It's hard to tell because it just is. But yeah, I believe it's damaged around here somewhere as well. That's why the wheel isn't sitting right. And obviously, this is the one that's going on. I'm not, it's quite difficult to tell if there is any kind of imperfections in obviously this one. Comparing it to this one, it's quite hard. But nonetheless, coming to get it on. So, is install the new stainless steel up pipe and obviously install the new exhaust manifold. Also, just to let you know, right, I actually I removed an inspection plate from the kind of bottom of the gearbox. Turns out, I believe my Subaru has a light and balanced flywheel, so I'm actually quite happy with that. And also the clutch looks kind of brand new as well, so that's a big thing. So obviously that's the last thing I want to do is change the clutch as well. So that's where we're at the moment. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, this is where we're at under the car at the moment. As you can see, we've got the exhaust manifold off, subframe's down. I'm sorry I didn't actually tell you how to do it and things like that. I've just been rushing to get this done, so everything's done because there's quite a lot to be done. So basically this is where we're at the moment. The new stainless steel up pipe is waiting to be bolted onto the turbo. I had to drop obviously the decat obviously to unbolt it from to get access to the bolts on the turbo. So yeah, it's going quite well. The next thing I'm going to do is obviously bolt the up pipe to the turbo, so that's what I'm doing now, so let's get started. Something else worth mentioning as well. When I was out here last time, I discovered obviously that the fan on the car wasn't really doing its job. So I went ahead and got another radiator and two fans rather than the one that was in the car. Because the one that was on the car, the blades were all damaged and things like that, and obviously they weren't providing much cooling. So yeah, we got two twin fans, and we'll be probably installing it at some point. I still have to replace the thermostat and things like that. Flush the cone out, do an oil change, stuff like that. So I'll probably do that in the next video maybe. I'll quickly show you the new radiator and the fan, just so you can kind of see what will be happening in the future. So here it is. Obviously, here's the new fans we have as twin fans. This is the kind of standard radiator I'm going to go for because the one that's on the car at the moment, basically the problem we had was where the fan was situated here, it was coming in contact with the boost pipe, sorry, the intercooler pipe, and damaging the fans, or should I say the blades. So obviously, here's the old one, and you can see how it's kind of damaged there, and it's cut here and things like that. So yeah. We'll put these two new pads at some point with this radiator. So, picking that off hopefully, I'm going to bolt in the up out to the turbo, get the headers on, and then we'll take it from there. Right, that's the new stainless steel up pipe bolted on. As you can see, obviously you got two bolts there, and obviously there's two more down there, and that's all there is. So. We'll jump underneath the car and I'm going to show you what the new stainless steel pipe looks like. It's actually not too bad. I heard some rumours obviously that the cheap ones on eBay, which I got, apparently they hit off the block and things like that. This one's completely fine. So anyway, so what I'll do next is probably install the original Subaru stainless steel headers, because I'm not going to lie, the aftermarket ones which are stainless steel, which was on the car, are just rubbish, honestly rubbish, and the ones I bought typically were blown as well. So it's just one of those things. So right, I apologise if I didn't record much of that, but it was really difficult. I mean, this cast iron is so damn heavy, so trying to do it yourself is a bit of a challenge. but we're all kind of mounted now. I've got a few bolts in, and honestly, even that Silver looks a lot better, so I'm quite happy with that. All I do now is obviously just put the bolts in on the cylinder head, bolt on the out pipe, and that's job done. So I'm crack on with that, and I'll bring back the camera when I've done that. So I'm crack on with this, and I'll see you in a second. Right, that's new up pipe on. Now my only kind of complaint about this pipe here is there's almost like some adjustment thing in behind here, so it's very hard to get this thing lined up so there's no blows and things like that. Like, but apart from that, it looks okay. It's got plenty of clearance from the block, no problems there. Like I said, when I do fire this thing up eventually, I will need to make sure this doesn't blow because it's quite hard to get it lined up and things like that because there's like little slots just in here. So hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, that's that done. I'm going to find out the torque settings, obviously, for the head bolts just up in there. So I'll do that at a later date, but they're all tight for now. The car's not getting started anytime soon anyway, so that's fine. Anyway, on to the next job. Right, now it's time to put this new subframe on. Right, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Anyway, it is a little bit noisy down here. Anyway, we're putting the new subframe on. I might not get everything finished today, I'll sort of point that out. Because I also need to put my girlfriend up about 7 o'clock and it's about 5:15 now. So what I'll do is I'm going to get the subframe on. I'll try and get the power steering thing. Actually, no, tell a lie. The power steering rack is probably going to come home with me because I'm going to get it absolutely immaculate and probably restore it as well before it goes back in the car because I don't see the point in doing a half-hour's job. So, what day it's been, but anyway, we'll crack on and put the subframe on and then see how good it looks. So, let's get cracking. Right, that's the subframe bolted up. Like I said, I'll probably go over it again with obviously a torque wrench, make sure everything is done perfect, just so for peace of mind that everything's tight as it should be. Now, something I want to point out for anyone who's doing this themselves is I noticed, right, I doubt very much you can see on camera, but basically there's a hole in between the bolts that hold on the subframe. Now, I believe this is some sort of like alignment thing, because basically when I put the subframe up, one was aligned up and one wasn't, so just to be on the safe side, what I did was poked in like a ratchet in there and held it in line with the hole while I tightened these up. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do or not, like, but just for peace of mind, I make sure obviously this hole was in line at both sides. Just for peace of mind that obviously nothing's going to be dodgy when I drive it. So yeah, just for anyone who's doing this themselves, make sure obviously that's holes lined up, just so you don't get any issues. So yep, we're getting there. Looks so much better. Like I said, I really don't know if you can see the camera very well because it's dark under the car, but yeah, it looks so fresh, really nice. Obviously, all this hard work is paid off, definitely. Obviously, this bracket isn't bent either because obviously it's perfect, you know. And that's that. I think for now, I'm just going to tidy up and then see what else I can crack on with because obviously time's getting on. So, I'm happy with that. So, I'll be back in a second. Right, I think I better wrap up today's video because obviously it's getting a little bit late now, so I've got places to go. But anyway, today's been a good day. We've got quite a lot done. Was it the subframe on, which is the big thing we needed done. But also, while the subframe was down, obviously it's giving us an opportunity to inspect things and obviously clean things, make sure everything's okay. And also, like, I'm quite happy that I found that the car's got a light bulbs flywheel. I mean, that's a good thing because I was actually intending on buying one, but like, well, I think about 100, maybe they're quite expensive anyway. So I'm really quite happy about that. So I think there's still quite a lot to be done, to be honest. So I'll probably come back another day and obviously maybe continue this video, or maybe even make a part 2 to this video. I'm not too sure yet. But I'll see. One day I've got a lot to do. Got to tidy up and then hit the road. Anyway, as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.